23.851.
All right, let's take a look at that. So this is going to be first lap, hot lap. I tried second. It was all right. I didn't see much of a difference between it, so I just like first lap. So what we did here was coming up into turns 3 and 4 of the out lap. I just want to stay pretty high. You don't have to stay super duper high, but anywhere kind of between the top couple lanes. And then what we want to do is just get on the gas as early as possible. So you see I'm actually really slow through this corner. And you can be really slow through the first half and this kind of jam the pedal on the second half. And I find that if I try to stay by the wall, I'll almost always hit this Geico part. So, oops, sorry. So I instead kind of went for a little dip here. Kind of helped me stay off the wall a little bit. Still pretty darn close, but it helps me get the run. All right. So turns 1 and 2, we're going to be going for a wide line that kind of late apexes. So you see the groove here that iRacing's laid out. It's pretty darn close. For one, you don't want to go up top because there's big bumps up there that'll murder you. And then on the bottom, you don't really want to go on the bottom because you'll just be waiting down there forever. So you carry a lot of speed, probably 2 lanes up, kind of on this seam you want to enter by, but you want to be angled definitely down the track. If you enter on this seam, but your car is straight, you're just going to run a really slow, like mid-top line. That's not going to do anything for you. So make sure to have your angle established along with being up here. Now, all I'm going to do from this point to where I hit the apex is drag the brake. I'm using a little tiny bit of extra steering wheel just because it's hot lap and I'm forcing the rotation. But in general, you can get away with just hold the brake. Hold your brake at 20%. And then right before you get to the apex, you pick up the throttle and you drive it down there, and then you drive it in a straight line back up. It's honestly not too difficult, but it definitely takes a bit of a feel because it's kind of different for a lot of places. So look at that one more time. So off the gas, drag the brake, induce a little bit of rotation, but really mostly it's just using the brake all the way down. When you get about half a lane from the bottom, you pick up the gas and kind of force the throttle there, and then you drive it back up the track, kind of right at the wall, sliding up, but your rotation from that should be good. All right, now going into 3 and 4, this is going to be a slightly different approach. You can do multiple things here. So you can run the high line if you want. It feels fast, but this car I don't think rotates well enough corner center to make it work. So I just like going to the bottom. And here at Iowa, when you go to the bottom, you want to make a really late apex bottom, because the earlier you apex, you're either going to have a slide up angle that's going to hit the wall, or you're going to have to crawl around the bottom at super duper slow speed, and it's not going to do anything for you. So you got to get on the brake and keep the car wide, keep your angle in it, and just apex as late as possible. So, and again, same idea, right before you hit the apex, pick up gas. I like to do it about 60-ish%. And then just hold it, and then slowly raise the gas as you're unloading the wheel. And it should stay off the wall here. Now, it's going to get really loose because there's a lot of rotation that has to happen in the final bit. I probably could have predicted this rotation a little better and kept it from sliding and gained a couple hundredths. But in general, that's kind of where you want to be. All right, so let's take a look at that one more time without pausing. So brake all the way down the track, late apex as possible, keep that angle in it, don't straighten out. Pick up the throttle when you're about a quarter of a lane from the bottom, hold it, raise it as you're unloading the wheel, be a little more patient than you think you have to be, and then try to correct its looseness before it gets too bad. All right, cool. Now let's go to the long run. All right, now let's talk about long run a bit. So Iowa is multi-group, but that doesn't mean that all the lanes wear tires evenly. So we'll talk about what to avoid and what to go for. So 3 and 4, I really do like the bottom, at least for the beginning of the run, but I do think it'll go up to the top towards the end of the run. It's very good for defense too, but I do like the bottom just for saving tires at the beginning of the run. So this line in 1 and 2 that we ran in qualifying is also good for race, where you kind of get that late apex and then you drive the car straight off the corner. And then 3 and 4, like I said, you can really run almost anywhere. It's just when you run up top, you're choosing a lot more steering wheel in general, just because of how the setup is. If I was able to use more steering wheel or less steering wheel up top, I might prefer it. But I think it's more of like a way to pass someone or defend someone, but it's not going to be optimal on your tires. We'll see how much time we lose to that top line by running the bottom here. We're just going to keep it on the bottom and then ease it up the track. Yeah, it's still a little faster actually, which is really interesting. You would think with all the speed that you carry on the top that it would beat the bottom, but the straightaways just aren't quite long enough for it to make it all up. So just really chilling out on this bottom line, not overdriving the car, being really smooth on the steering wheel. That's gonna be faster unless somebody's really pushing up top. And then never go up top in 1 and 2. There are bumps there that will literally murder you, so you do not want to go into those. Okay, let's try the top again here. So keep it on the top. See, the car, this setup, it just doesn't rotate mid-corner enough for me to be able to get on the throttle where I want to there. And so it's just easier to be on the bottom. If I was able to get on the throttle as early as, like, say the trucks can get on the throttle, or the fixed truck setups can get on the throttle, then yeah, that would probably work. But here I can just slow the car down, kind of ease it on the bottom, and then kind of make a straight line out of the exit. And it's just as good as the top. So, and it's going to save tires too, because if you really notice, I'm using a lot of brake and really minimizing my steering inputs. That's how you are going to save tire here, especially in 1 and 2. 1 and 2, it's very easy to throttle up early at the expense of your tires, and I would suggest really being mindful of that. I'll show you what it's like to just turn with the brake in 1 and 2. So we get off early, and we just brake all the way down, wait for it. We lose a little bit in the short term, but when we pick up the throttle, we're able to get a decent run off the corner. So we give up like about a 1/10 there, but we saved a ton of tire compared to just full pushing that bottom. And 3 and 4. Oh. Whoops. I knew that was going to be bad, but I thought I could save it with the throttle. Yeah, you want to avoid that. Obviously, in situations like that, you want to stay off the wall, and the best way to do that is get out of the gas, but sometimes you're able to rotate the car with the gas in a way that keeps it off. That's what I was trying to do, but it did not quite work out. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. We'll do one more lap here. Just use the brake to rotate the car, even if you're giving up a little bit of time, especially if you have room. If you're really battling someone, do what you gotta do. But when you're just by yourself and you're thinking it's gonna be a long green flag run, just use that brake to rotate the car at this low brake bias. All right, cool. Now we'll go take a look at the tires. 24.6. See how the tires were wearing on this short run, where it was trending to, and how to fix it. 97.97, can't ask for much better than that. Even tire wear over 9 laps. Yes, I tried a lot of qualifying laps. I was struggling for a bit there, but that's okay. So even tire wear, just run the bottom. It's not that slow. You just got to be patient and really work on those fundamentals that I talked about in my short track video. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.